McCoy, LPD. I want to ask you a couple of questions.
Sorry, my man. I just don't got the time.
You're a pretty smart-looking cat. You want to make some money?
Pay me large, you got my rapt attention.
Depends on how much the information's worth.
Unfortunately, my man, I got a bug.
Got to mix more out back.
Dynamite dining, old man. Catch you later.
What's the rush?
Excuse me, pal. Beautiful night, isn't it?
When business thriving, night always beautiful.
This girl ever eat around here?
Nah, all gaijin look like the old man.
This from your place, isn't it?
Could be. Chopstick come from Yoshi's restaurant supply.
This from your place, isn't it?
Yes, sir. You do Huawei favor? Distribute all through our police station?
How long has that chef worked for you?
Zubin? Just month. Superior chef makes all kinds of new sushi.
Heard there was an accident down here. A hit and run.
Ha! There are more accidents than Suido no Nezumi, Suwa rats.
What's real fresh tonight?
Special shipment of Toro just arrived. I fix you right up. No one else.
It's already been tested?
Clean as a whistle.
You're Prince, Howie. See you later, Howie.
You may have already figured out that this is Howie Lee's. Let's go and have a word with Zubin out back.
Howie says you're a master chef.
You not come back here. Air bad.
This'll only take a minute.
What's bad about the air in here? There's a working fan right behind him.
You know this girl or not?
Nope. I know who I know, and who I don't know. I don't know her.
Think hard.
Okay. Maybe seen her once. At station. Riding north on bullet train.
North, huh?
It's at this point where we need to make the first of our critical decisions. Firstly, by jumping out the way of the boiling liquid. Secondly, what to do here. Let's leave this gentleman alone. We can shoot him, but it won't be good for our career. And thirdly, what to do here. We could let him live, or as you can see, we can retire him.
Lightning Squad, Rep Unit, Battle of the Gemini. I'd retired a war hero, someone who'd fought for the freedom of the off-world colonists.
Hold it right there! Chill it, man. Just took a wrong turn back there, that's all.
Take your business elsewhere.
An excellent idea.
That was an interesting wrong turn. I noticed that both Zubin and this gentleman left the front at exactly the same time. We now have this entrance open to us and some flashing lights.
Rumor has it you've been earning your stripes, McCoy.
Working on it.
Keep it up. You just might have a future in this business.
I understand it's got a hell of a retirement plan.
I checked with UN Air. Looks your rep swung that Moonbus massacre last month.
They ever find the moon bus?
Disappeared into thin air. Brian thinks it crashed out in the Kipple.
How many reps we talking about?
Enough. They're Nexus 6s, so don't take too much slack.
Gotcha.
You VK the mark before retirement?
Didn't have to.
That's why they call it the magic.
I'm starting to understand.
You ever retire a human, your career is over. Remember that.
Nice guy. So let's retrace our steps. For some reason, we're going to leave Zubin upstairs. We could have let him live, but depending on how we let him live, depends on whether we live or not. And we could have stopped and either shot this guy or spoken to him, which would have left us to go down a couple of interesting pathways. But we know that there was an accident around here involving the black sedan. And for some reason, the number plate was somehow left in this dumpster, sorry. Now, if we had been covered in this rather nice looking liquid, we would have lost track of Zubin. But we are done here for the moment. Let's head home, as there's not much more we can do today.
Are you taking any drugs?
What the hell? That is a rather random question.
McCoy, LPD. Excuse me, pal. McCoy, LPD. Hey, Howie. What's cooking?
Nothing now, McCoy. Got to find a new chef, thanks to you.
Can't help you there, Howie.
Select destination. Your apartment.
There's not much else that we can do right now, so we may as well call it a night.
Voice print identification. Your floor number, please.
Roof. Apartments. Ground floor.
McCoy, 88F.
88. Thank you.
I lived with the best gal I'd ever seen. She'd cost me about a year's salary, but she was worth it. Hey, Maggie! Good doggy. Down, Maggie, get down. That's my girl. You hungry, Mags? Here you go, baby. Dinner time.
We can't interact with much around here apart from Maggie, but we do actually have our own Esper on the coffee table. But right now it's pointless using it as we have no new photographs. As much as I really enjoy the ambience and atmosphere of Blade Runner, we actually have a story to complete. But I could stand out there for some time just listening to this music.
I was angry with my friend. I told my wrath. My wrath did end. I was angry with my foe. I told my wrath. My wrath did grow.
Erase and reset.
That was an answer phone message that someone left for us. and I don't know who.
The Tyrell Corporation today recalled the last 4 functioning entertainment model Nexus 5 replicants from off-world service. Dr. Eldon Tyrell, speaking at a shareholders meeting, denied allegations that the model was defective and possibly dangerous.
The simple fact is that the model wasn't performing its designated function. There was one isolated incident of violence a couple of years ago, but the individual unit in question was immediately retired from service. No, the problem is far from anything sinister. The entertainment model just isn't funny.
Portrait of the sleep-deprived.
Got your delivery here, man.
What?
Kingston Kitchen.
Oh, yes, right. Hold on.
Is this what the gravity be like on Mars?
Oh, no. It's about 1/3 of what we got here on Terra. Real comfy. How about turning that dial, okay? When I say...
Please, can you control your rat?
I'll have you know that Ricky's a purebred chihuahua, and he's totally real.
Things going good at Tyrell Corporation?
Boring. Old man Tyrell's been on a Wagner kick lately. He never shuts up.
You also do outside work?
Sweetie, I never go outside. It's bad for the glands.
How about Nexus 6? You know a lot about them?
I think you should be going now.
Understand good, it holds deep meaning for me now. Where be your research on Nexus 6? And your test studies, contacts, the what's?
Only simulator! Extraterrestrial gravity!
One more minute, you be swallowing this explosive. 3 more minutes, they be hosing you off the True Life building across town.
No, I swear. I don't have anything. If I did, I'd give it to you.
My people sick and dying. You tell me something.
Talk to Dr. Tyrell.
Tell me something I don't know.
The organ designers, Miraji, Hannibal Chu, Luther and Lance. They're closer to him than I am.
Where?
DNA Row. They're all working down on DNA Row.
You one miserable package, man.
No! No, please, don't!
Pick up.
Hope you aren't camped out there with a bottle of tequila.
Oh, very funny.
Early bird slays the worm, McCoy.
Don't worry, I'm up, Lieutenant. What's the buzz?
One of Tyrell's employees got his fat face splattered all over the marble interior of the Tyrell building.
Inside?
That's right. But we also got a sweet little break at it. Tyrell's surveillance system recorded the whole shebang.
Beautiful. How many perps?
Just one. I don't know if it's related to the Runciter deal or not. Tyrell security will have the disc for you when you get there. You'll be good, killer.
Hey, Maggie!
Voice print identification. Your floor number, please.
Roof.
Select destination. Tyrell Pyramids.
McCoy, LPD.
Just a minute.
Where do I go?
Grav test on the east wing, 66th floor. Here's the footage from the security cameras. You get a pretty good look at the man's face.
How'd he get past you guys?
He pretended to be a delivery man. Dr. Eisenduller ordered in a lot, so it didn't seem unusual.
I may have more questions for you later on.
Yes, sir.
For those who have seen the film, you may remember the Tyrell building. Well, buildings, should I say. We're going to be seeing them at a slightly different angle, as you can see.
One more thing.
I've told you everything I know, Detective. I gotta work. These monitors don't watch themselves.
Yeah, it's a tough gig. Someone had tried to access a bunch of protected files on the Tyrell network and failed, not just once, but a dozen times. Tyrell engineers might forget their passwords, but what would the GravLab boys need with replicant DNA sequences and incept dates? I'd need an engineer to tell me what all these displays meant, and the only one handy was busy being wallpaper. It was a Tyrell sales brochure for the Nexus series, the kind of glossy hype that ends up littering the floor at trade shows. This one was for the new entertainment model, a comedian designed to entertain the troops off-world. The earring was shaped like an insect. I didn't know much about jewelry, but it looked like junk to me, like the cheap crap sold at the stands and shops of Anemoid Row. Jesus.
I seen worse, but not by much.
Learn anything?
You could strain him through a sieve.
You'd actually need a pretty big sieve. I mean, he was blown up, but he's still pretty much intact.
A takeout box from Kingston Kitchens. The dog collar has a name on it. Ricky, maybe? I'd seen more dead animals than live ones in the last 24 hours, and now it was dogs. 3 of them. I thought about Maggie and nearly threw up. Any idea if they were real dogs?
Who are we asking?
Obviously, he'd been killed with an explosive, and not just because he'd been plastered on the wall with 1,000 strokes. The detonator wire I pulled out of his skull told the whole story. The killer was an expert. The charge had been big enough to do the job, but not big enough to shatter the soundproof walls of the float chamber. But I wondered why the killer didn't just shoot him. This earring yours?
Maybe it belonged to that other cop who was up here. The babe with the shades and the cigarettes.
Ain't her style. Call her babe to her face, you're liable to end up with a severe limp. You spot anything you think I ought to know about, tell me.
Absolutely.
Eisenduller had used his dog's name as a password. The Tyrell brass wouldn't be too happy if they knew I was snagging a copy of their files, but someone had wanted them bad enough to kill Eisenduller, so I figured they must be worth having.
Alright, we're done here.
Lagging behind again?
Gouza didn't say anything about me working with a partner.
Oh, in a pig's ass, Slim. No, I'm following up on my own. Could be it's linked to this Tyrell debacle.
How's yours connected to mine?
I'm still fitting the pieces together. You know the Moonbus massacre that went down last month?
Gaff mentioned something about it.
The rogue skin jobs probably flew to Earth. And one of them is a demolitions expert, similar MO to your Vic upstairs.
Hell of a coincidence.
I'll call you if I find out anything more about your case.
You friendly with Eisenduller?
Most of the employees I see coming in morning and night, but old Marcus, Dr. Eisenduller, he almost never left his lab.
He afraid of somebody?
I think it had something to do with the air outside, and the germs. I once heard him complain about it.
Smart. What was his job?
Grav test chief engineer. The lab runs tests to see how a replicant would perform in different planetary gravitational fields. That kind of thing. One of the other engineers could tell you more.
You know if anyone lost an earring like this one lately?
Not one of the employees, that's for sure. The boss enforces a strict dress code around here.
How did Eisenduller's moo-moo fit in?
Hey, you know, company rules only apply to the lesser mortals.
How do I get in to see the big boss?
You don't, unless he wants to see you.
Okay. How do I make him want to see me?
Well, you could call his personal assistant.
Who is?
Don't know, offhand.
Yeah, I get the picture. You know anything about Tyrell's computer system?
Security's tight as a drum, if that's what you're asking.
Somebody tried to access restricted data from the terminal in Dr. Eisenduller's office.
But they couldn't get in.
Yeah. Looks like Dr. Tyrell keeps his files safer than he keeps his employees. I may have more questions for you later on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see what we have collected so far.
Select destination.
And we have another location on the map.
Anemoid Row. Police station.
Firstly, let's check out this disc.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete. New clues added to personal database. Please check Kaya.
This is Crystal Steel, badge number BR61354, conducting the interrogation of Spencer Gregorian, leader of CARS, Citizens Against Replicant Slavery, November 22nd, 2019.
I once again asked that my attorney...
Shut it, shitbird. I'm asking the questions. We've already put you on the machine, so we know you're not a skin job.
That term offends me.
Okay, so you're not one of those biomechanical scumbags. And you claim to not know anything about the bombing at Tyrell.
This is true. We advocate equal rights under the law for replicants. We have nothing against Tyrell Corporation for creating them.
That's some sick logic.
The replicants are living organisms, whether people like you like it or not. Replicants contribute greatly to the economic well-being of our culture. They cannot be discounted as such.
And eliminating the glitches in that business is ours. Hell, it'd be no skin off my nose if each and every one of them was hosed down for good. You ever see this guy?
Why, yes. Actually, I have. He was present at the protest. He's not part of our group, but outsiders are usually welcome.
How many new faces showed up that day?
Not too many. A handful at most.
Describe them to me.
I don't know if I can.
Oh no? Recording off.
I'm guessing that Spencer Gregorian is the gentleman who is currently locked up in the basement.
Describe them to me again.
Just the Rastafarian fellow. And that friend of his. A slim blonde man, Asian, with a ponytail. Can I see my attorney?
Let me ask you a question. Who the hell bankrolls your operation?
Well, we have a number of anonymous donors.
Such as?
So anonymous even, I don't know who they are. People with resources.
Bravo, Spencer. You've done your civic duty for the day.
I notice as well that our Chin Yen has increased by 190. I'm guessing that's our reward for retiring Zubin. And it seems like Zubin was involved in the Moonbus hijacking.
Lightning Squad, Rep Unit, Battle of the Gemini.
Okay, let's examine this photo. Well, this photo disc.
Scanning video disc. One enhanceable image found. Adding enhanceable photographs to Kaya database. Tyrell Grav Test Lab.
There are 4 hotspots in this scene. Let's go for the obvious ones first.
The earring was shaped like an insect. I didn't know much about jewelry, but it looked like junk to me, like the cheap crap sold at the stands and shops of Animoid Row. Give me a hard copy of that.
I wonder if this is the same one that we found in the entryway. But it seems like insect-shaped jewelry is becoming a common theme.
A takeout box from Kingston Kitchens. Give me a hard copy of that.
One of the things that I like about this game is that certain pieces of evidence you can actually find twice, just in case you missed it the first time around. I'm not sure if it's limited to vital information.
The dog collar has a name on it. Ricky, maybe? Give me a hard copy of that.
But this one is quite vital, as if you missed the collar, you can find the information here. So the last one is quite obscure, but it's just here.
A bomb. Give me a hard copy of that.
And that is it for the moment. Now before I leave here, I'm going to swing by the shooting range.
We get a new weapons shipment?
Yeah, Guza requisitioned a couple of cases for the assault teams.
Let me guess. He's planning on taking out a small city.
Lieutenant's a big believer in overkill.
Speaking of Guza, let's go and see him about a visit to Tyrell. He's not always in here, but hopefully I will be lucky. Yes, I am. And there's also another copy of the weapons shipment here, which we can only collect when he's not here, as you can see right now.
Get out of here before I throw my desk at you. Keeping out of trouble, kid?
The goons over at the Tyrell building wouldn't let me talk to their boss. Maybe you can set up a meeting.
Tyrell? What the hell for?
One of his employees got his brains splattered inside the pyramid. I thought maybe Tyrell could fill in some blanks.
Anyone else in that whole company who knows anything?
You and I both know it's a one-man show over there.
I'll give it a try, kid. I'll have to pull some strings, so don't go in there half-assed. Make sure you got some legit questions for the resident genius.
Appreciate it, Lieutenant. Can the department float me some chin yen? This investigation's getting expensive.
Hey, I'd love to be your own personal ATM, but the department's strapped right now. We're still paying Holden even though he's in the hospital. And one of the old-timers is freelancing a contract job. The city can't be paying for your cocktails, kid.
Okay, sorry I asked.
Hey, you track down a rep, you get an advance.
Gee, wish I'd thought of that. Bryant go on permanent leave and you get full use of the office, Lieutenant?
You'd be amazed at how accommodating a man can be after his hemorrhoids get lanced. You really been surprising the troops around here, kid. Gaff says you worked that retirement like a champ.
Just doing the job.
Yeah, well, don't get too cocky. Those sixes can be damn unpredictable.
That I know.
Payments is wiring the advance to your account as we speak.
How much?
Couple hundred chinyan. Enough to buy a sandwich or two. We gotta hold back the rest until the lab does the autopsy. Paperwork, you know. Shouldn't take more than a couple of days.
So, the check's in the mail?
Hey, don't worry. The boys upstairs want to keep our best and brightest happy. Any idea what you want to spend it on?
I was thinking maybe a companion for my animal at home.
Forget that. Buy yourself something nice. Once you start carving up that juicy bacon, kid, the taste never goes away. The great things in life, believe me, you'll just be wanting more and more.
Alright, let's go and have a word with Mr. Tyrell. Yeah, Guzza, it's kind of potluck whether he will be in his office or not. During my test run, it took several walks around the block before he finally appeared.
Select destination. Tyrell Pyramids.